There's a technology that has absolutely exploded into our digital world, and it can turn any thought, any description, any wild idea you have into a vivid, stunning image. Today, we're going to break down this AI image revolution, how it all works, the amazing tools it's given us, and the really deep questions it's forcing all of us to ask about reality itself.
I mean, seriously, what if you could paint a picture without ever picking up a brush, just by using your words? Something like a photograph of a steampunk owl flying through a giant clock tower. Or how about a unicorn in a lush valley, but painted like a masterpiece? Well, that's not a hypothetical question anymore. This is reality, right now, for millions of people. Let's dive in. So yeah, we are living right in the middle of this massive technological shift, where the line between what you can imagine and what you can create visually is just dissolving. And this isn't science fiction. It's being powered by a very specific kind of artificial intelligence that has gotten unbelievably good and unbelievably fast. At the heart of all this is something called generative AI. Now, think of it less like a camera, which just captures what's already there, and more like a whole new kind of paintbrush for your mind. It's been trained on billions of images and text descriptions from all over the internet, so it's learned the connections between words and what things look like. So when you give it a prompt, it's not just finding a picture on Google. Nope, it is synthesizing a brand new, completely original image based on everything it's learned.
And the crazy thing is just how fast this all happened. The early AI image tools used a method called GANs. It was kind of like a guess and check system where two AIs basically competed with each other to try and make better images. But the real game changer, that's been diffusion models. This is a completely different idea. It's almost like sculpting from a block of marble. The AI learns how to take a staticky, noisy image and carefully remove that digital noise to reveal a perfect picture underneath. And by mastering that process, it can now create these incredibly detailed and photorealistic images from nothing. This is the engine that's powering all the top tools today.
So, this amazing power isn't locked away in some research lab. It's out there, available through a whole bunch of tools that kind of act like your creative partner, and each one has its own personality and its own strengths. Okay, so two of the biggest names you're going to hear about are Midjourney and Stable Diffusion. Midjourney is famous for its absolutely stunning, super artistic images, though, gotta say, it can take a little bit of practice to get the hang of. Stable Diffusion, on the other hand, is really all about being accessible and giving you control. You can even run it on your own computer, and there are free web versions to help you get started. So really, it just comes down to what you're trying to do. Make some jaw-dropping art, or have a flexible tool that's easy to get into. And then you've got tools like Crayon, which just goes to show how ridiculously easy this has all become. You don't even need a beast of a computer. You don't even need an account. You just go to a website, type what you want to see, and boom, in about a minute, you've got a bunch of different visual ideas. This is literally what it looks like when that kind of creative power is handed to everyone.
But look, this isn't just a fun toy. This accessibility is fueling a massive economic and industrial shift. We're seeing entire creative industries completely rethink how they do things, creating what some people are calling a whole new creative economy. Just to give you a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about, let's look at just one sector: generative AI in animation. That market alone is projected to be worth $13.4 billion by 2033. That is staggering growth, and it shows you just how deeply this tech is getting baked into professional work.
And we are seeing the impact everywhere. In the gaming world, developers are creating these huge, unique environments in a fraction of the time it used to take. In film, it's being used for everything from planning out a complex shot to creating concept art. Ad agencies are pumping out personalized ads on the fly. And for writers and storytellers, it's an amazing tool to actually see the characters and worlds they're imagining.
But, and this is a big but, with all this incredible power comes a really profound challenge. As these AI-generated images get more and more realistic and they spread everywhere, we are walking right into what you could call a crisis of authenticity. How can we trust what we see online when literally anything can be faked so convincingly?
And hey, don't just take my word for it. A recent report from the Rand Corporation put it very bluntly. The very idea of visual proof is in jeopardy. This isn't some problem for the future. It's happening right now. And it's affecting everything from how we see political leaders to how we understand what's happening in conflicts around the world.
And the downsides are, they're serious. We've seen completely fake but hyper-realistic images of conflicts go viral and just pour gasoline on the fire. And because these AIs learn from the internet, they can pick up and even amplify some of our worst biases.
Then there's the deeply harmful creation of non-consensual explicit images. And underneath all of that is just this general erosion of trust, making it harder and harder to agree on what's real.
So just take a look at these two images here. One is pretty obviously fake, right? It's got that classic weird AI art vibe. But the other one? It looks like a real photo. And that's the challenge. The technology is moving so fast from the kind of image on the left to the kind of image on the right. Pretty soon, our own eyes might not be enough to tell the difference.
So what do we do? I mean, how do we secure our shared sense of reality in an age of synthetic everything? Well, the good news is that some of the smartest people in tech and policy are actually working on solutions.
Right now, there are two main ways to tackle this. The first one is reactive, trying to detect fakes with special tools or adding watermarks. And that stuff is useful, but it's a constant cat and mouse game. A more powerful, proactive idea is something called provenance. The goal here is to give every photo and every AI image a secure digital birth certificate right from the moment it's made.
A whole group of companies, including big names like Adobe and Microsoft, are building a standard for this called C2PA. Here's the basic idea of how it works. When an image is created, whether from a camera or an AI tool, it immediately gets signed with secure data about where it came from. Anytime it gets edited, that change is added to a transparent log. So when you see that image online, you could click a little button and see its entire life story, who made it, when, and how it was changed. It's not about banning fakes, it's about being transparent.
This technology has given us an incredible, almost magical new power, the ability to make our imagination real instantly. It's an amazing tool for art, for innovation, for telling stories, but it also forces us to face this massive question. As we start to fill our digital worlds with all these beautiful, strange, and powerful new creations, the challenge isn't just going to be about making them, it's going to be about agreeing on what's real.
So what do you think? What's the most exciting, or maybe the most concerning part of this whole revolution to you? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and of course be sure to subscribe for more explainers on the tech that is shaping our world.